is this just fantasy? Of course. And we are back, because you knew we would be, with Conan the Barbarian by Titan Comics, number 3. So we're here again with Roberto de la Torre, and got an awesome, cool retro cover. Not retro in the sense that it's an homage to an old cover, but rather it just feels like an old John Buscema cover. We're going to just kind of go right into it, and I'll try to leave something left unsaid, because I want to encourage people to buy this, because I want this, I think it's already a success, but I want this to just continue, and I want Titan to know that the creative team they have is what we are purchasing when we pick it up. But yeah, awesome cover where Conan's being attacked by snakes. It's kind of a classic image. Nice blue shirt. But yeah, let's get on. Not much at this point needs to be said about the art. Much more will be said by me because I'm such a big fan. But, we all know that is why we are picking this up, is the look and feel of it feels right, feels like old school Conan, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just a great image, great colors. Dean White doing some great color work here, even in the covers, or the titles. I love the weird color here for the titles. It's great. But yeah, Rob De La Torre really kicking some ass. But yeah, they're sneaking into the Black Fortress, or Blackstone Fortress, and it's this bizarre mix of, just natural stonework as well as carved stone. So it's meant to feel unreal and strange, and I think there's a lot of Jim Zub's prose is doing a lot of work here, adding atmosphere and mood, and I think it works. It reminds me of Roy Thomas's text, or even for that matter, Robert E. Howard's text. So I think it's appropriate for it. I think if these were just silent panels, I think it would lose a lot, because it is a comic, and I feel like a comic is a juxtaposition of words and art, and it would lose a lot, and we wouldn't get the feel of it as much. I think. There's a lot of great atmosphere in all this art, great shadow work here in this face, but if we didn't have that, I think it would be a little lacking. It would feel like I was zipping through it too quick, and I wasn't kind of getting the weight of the moments in there. I really like this panel, him just fading into this black panel. It's just fun design. It looks very retro, and in an interesting way. I apologize for the wood chipper in the background. That is outside of my control. Don't know what my neighbors are doing. Hopefully it doesn't interfere too bad, but I'm going to push on. So here we have learned that not all the Cimmerians were killed in the raid. Some were just abducted, but abducted for some evil purpose. And so Conan and Brissa are here to break them out and bring all kinds of hurting on these monstrous fellas. So we're getting close to the end of an arc, you could say, the end of this story. Not this issue, but the following one is the end of our first story in Conan. And so, yeah, we're kind of learning little bits about who we are facing, and that these robed fellas are not are not these zombies. These zombies are just simply like their, servants or thralls. And yeah, just great looking zombies here. Like I love all these fades to black here. Like, yeah, embracing those shadows is really good, especially for this very dark, world we're in. And yeah, just another great fight scene, and then a stunning reveal here where we have lizard men, or at least like reptilian skin men, and that is who Conan is up against. So reptile men that make zombie enemies, or zombies of men. It's pretty threatening, and they have these crazy weird daggers. But I love this move. When I was reading it the first time through, I really love this move where, Conan knocks this guy back, cuts off his hand, and then the Cimmerians grab this zombie by the hair, pull him through like a gap in the bars, and then this guy just pulls a stone up from the ground and bashes this guy's head off, basically. And that, yeah, hardcore. We even see the what's left of him right there. Just a bloody stump. But yeah, all these guys in here, just the way their face is constructed, we just went through a classic Conan issue by Buscema and Ernie Chan, and these guys would fit right in. It's impossible not to find it remarkable at how similar they draw, but then again, an influential artist like John Buscema is going to have people who just want to be like him. There's many artists who want to be other artists, and some are more effective at it than others. But yeah, I really love the page layout. I don't know, first nice little emotional moment, but I love the construction of this page. I love the only use of a panels being down here, but just them kind of sneaking through. And I love the little opening in here to signify like a different panel, and then even like this line creating a different panel. It just works visually, and it's just a really great looking page to kind of fun and go down. And so here we have a great opening shot here, or a big shot of all of these pale men, these reptile men, tossing human beings or living beings into this pit of green goo or green water or whatever you want to call it. And then we get like a very Robert E. Howard name drop here, because there's this skull-clad priest, and he's chanting, words, and Funglui is a taken from Lovecraft. That is like part of a chant to summon or worship Cthulhu. So like they're definitely engaging with that kind of cult behavior, that kind of cult language. But then in the middle of all of this garbledygook, which again, Funglui, like I wouldn't know that he was doing like a Lovecraftian chant unless he wrote it like that. But when it comes to other languages, I'm always going to prefer it be in some sort of symbol language or just different kind of glyphs or script, just something other than sounding it out, because I just think for a comic it just looks better, feels better. But then again, they couldn't do this, where in the middle of his chant he name drops Thulsa Doom. So Thulsa Doom is a Robert E. Howard creation who was a major antagonist for Kull, who was an Atlantean king. And so, like, for Conan, that was ancient history, or that was a long time ago. And so this is, I guess, the cult of Thulsa Doom, or a spell invoking Thulsa Doom, or trying to bring Thulsa Doom back. I don't know, but I think it's a fun, for my money, it's just a fun little name drop. And is it implying that Thulsa Doom's going to show up in a Conan book? Maybe, but it also could just be a fun little, like, this is the cult of Thulsa Doom. And yeah, in Marvel Comics, he's like a skull dude, or like a skeleton dude. And in the Conan the Barbarian movie, he is James Earl Jones and could turn into a big ass snake. But yeah, they're tossing these dudes in there, and they are turning into snake people. But yeah, Brissa's leading all these guys out of the citadel, and clearing out all the zombies or whatever that were in their way. But then she decides she's going to go back for Conan, because he's a noble warrior, so is she. Nothing bad to say about any of this. I really love this panel, actually, right here. One of my favorites of this whole, of this book in particular. And we're witnessing all these foul doings, and Conan is just waiting for his moment to strike, and then they go at it, even, because mostly these lizard guys find them out, and so they gotta attack. And so then it's an all-out fight, and this skeleton dude is not having it. So yeah, it's fun stuff, like Conan versus, and a bunch of Cimmerians versus cultists. An incredible spread here. He's lopping this guy's head off. This guy's getting an axe to the face. This guy he's just using his fist, and he's just punching this guy bloody. This guy's getting is kicked in the face. Like, it's great stuff. And this is what I would want to read a Conan book for. Is Conan versus these inhuman monsters with a bunch of fellow barbarians, and with a sense of justice about it. Because I feel like if it was just mindless whatever, wouldn't be as engaged by it. But the fact that, like, we've seen the path of destruction these guys have cut, it makes it more personal, and you want them to get rid of these things because you know how bad they can be. But yeah, just gorgeous work here. Everybody's doing great stuff. And great color work, like I said. But yeah, leads to a bit of a cliffhanger where Conan is going to fall into the water filled with ghosts. I don't know. We're about to we'll learn what happens to him in a short while. Like, this, it's interesting because, like, before this point, the color mostly feels very natural, or it feels like they're going for a watercolory textured approach that feels like it's, even though it is digital, I'm sure it still feels somewhat analog. There's some warmth to it. And then this, I don't know. I can see the kind of digitalness of it, and it kind of throws me off, especially with like putting these, like how bright it gets in here. It kind of cuts into there. I don't know. It just kind of throws me off a little, and then like the little bits of painting over the shadows here. It just stands out because like it's not really present in other places. Or at least not to that extent. Like there's a little bit coming up here, like this red. But I don't know. It's different. But he looks like he's in trouble. Will he get out of it? Most likely, because he is, after all, the guy with his name on the cover. But I think this series is doing great. And I, for one, am going to keep picking it up. I have the next issue, and I will go over that very soon. But then pretty soon there'll be another one out, and we'll see if this series can keep its good head of steam up. But that's Conan the Barbarian number 3. And if you enjoy that as far as fantasy comics go, then I recommend my fantasy comic side questers. Not barbarians, but still some badasses. Going on adventures, taking on monsters and shitheads. It's a good time. And then I also have my Haxan, like magic user anthology books, and tell several different stories about people who use magic, and most of the time in not so good ways. So I just came out with a special, a Halloween special that I drew throughout the month of October that actually features these characters, and it's a lot of fun. And you can read that and all these books on Global Comics. And if you want something that's a little more superhero-y, I have 3-Panel Origin, which is my weekly webcomic where I create a character and tell their origin in 3 panels. And that comes out every Thursday. And this is collecting the first 3 years with revamped and pretty art and some extras in the back and information, whatever. I'm very proud of this book, and I've been doing it for about over 10 years. And this is 3PO Comics, which is my adjacent book, which has like short stories that deal with the characters in 3-Panel Origin. And you can buy all of my books on my website, and you can buy Conan the Barbarian at your local comic shop. So do it.